Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to the moderator for the opportunity to present here in the second international conference, AUICI, held by SKK Migas. As you can see in the screen that in this event, I've been assigned to present about Indonesia oil and gas potential, especially in open area. And this is outline of my presentation, starting with introduction and then open area potential, certainly for selected area, Panay in Central Sumatra, and then Eastern Offshore Seram, and will be closed by closing remarks. As introduction, we all know that the gap between oil and gas demand and supply in Indonesia is growing wider and wider. And the existing reserve leave 9 years for oil and 22 years for gas. And I think it will be stopped if the reserve is not increased. And as effort to reduce the gap, SKK Migas has program 1 MMBOPD and 12 PSCFD in 2030. And one of the strategies is exploration acceleration. Finally, the potential for oil and gas in the promising open area must be input to the oil and gas industry player, of course. In the left map, we can see that we have 128 basin and producing basin only 22. Only 20, and basin with discovery 27, and the remaining is basin with no discovery and even not explored at all. And in the map below, this is map from the MDR 22-21. We can see that active open area covers maybe less than 20% of the area in Indonesia, and the remaining is still open area. And I think we have to search potential area in the open area. And in the right side below is maybe general view of the Panay and Seram that will be discussed in this presentation. Next, please. Next, please. Okay, this is the first area that will be discussed in my presentation. Panay area in Central Sumatra Basin. This is producing basin. That Panay area is placed in the northwestern of the Rokan area. We know that central area is oil producing basin, and in addition of the oil, there is a high potential of the biogenic gas that has been proven in Bentuk Korinci. And we can see in the seismic section that there is a bright spot, and also from amplitude extraction, there is a clear bright spot in the location of the Panay 3 well and Panay 2 wells. And from petrophysics analysis, we can see that there is several interval of the occurrence of biogenic gas supported by crossover between ROP and RT, and also high resistivity and low gamma ray. And In the below picture, we can see the correlation between, well, PANE 2 and PANE 3, and also fascia section between PANE 2 and PANE 3, which is if it is converted to the hydrocarbon volume map, yeah, of potential gas sand in the Petani formation, we have 506 billion square cubic feet of gas. And if it convert to the resources, it will be 314 billion square cubic feet. And I think this is potential can be higher if they evaluate in the surrounding area of the Panay. Next, please. So for oil potential in Panay area, there is present as well. As we can see in the petroleum, in the petrophysics analysis, we can see that several intervals give indication of the occurrence of the oil, and we can see that resistivity data has value more than 14, but even until more than 100 ohm. And we can see also crossover of Robi and RT. It means this is maybe light oil. And we can see also low gamma ray. And from the stratigraphic, regional stratigraphic of Seta Sumatra, we can see that potential of benzenic gas is placed in the Petani formation in the upper part, and oil potential is placed in Bangko and Manggala formation in the early Miocene interval. And the opportunity is getting higher if we see that Panay area is underlined by Perbaungan Graben. So if Perbaungan Graben generate oil, it will be occur short distance migration to charge into structure present in the Panay area. And we can see also from data from petrographic that porosity of the sand in the Manggala is more than 25%. Next, please. So this is play model and also distribution of the lead in the Panay 2 and Panay 3. We can see in the left a picture that Perbaungan Graben, and in the right side is Panay 2 and Panay 3 structure. So migration of the oil generated from Perbaungan Graben can migrate from the center of the Graben to fractural and then charging in the structure of Panay 2 and Panay 3 lead. So this is as remarks that in addition to shallow gas potential in the Panay formation, oil potential is found in the sensor interval of the Manggala and Bangko formation due to relatively close to the Perbaungan Graben. And the second is the total of resources volumetric calculation using contact assessment. So this is C1, yeah. Contingent resources in Panay is around 506 billion square cubic feet. Oil resources in Panay area is estimated around 55 MBO in base case with low to moderate risk. Next, please. So this is second area that will be discussed in this presentation is Seram. Yeah. We know Seram is placed in the western part of the Australian plate, and the origin of the Seram is same with the Papua and maybe Bangladesh, that has been proven have hydrocarbon accumulation. And in Seram we know that there is Bula and Osil that produce oil, yeah, with the similar sosro from the Saman-Saman. And from the geochemistry analysis, yeah, from sterile composition, source rock in the Seram area is composed of mix, yeah, from the plankton of the marine and from the estuarine and ortholacustrine, and some is from higher plane of the terrestrial. So there is mix of the oil and gas. So it has been proven that in Bula and Osil we have oil. In the other side, Lofin is gas. And maturity of the Kerogen is 0.7 until 0.9. So this is good for maturity. And from the biomarker analysis, there is proven that source rock, oil produced from the Seram area originated from the source rock of the carbonate marine. And from the basin modeling, we can know that migration of the oil, yeah, starting from the 2.2 million years ago to present day. So it will continue to produce, yeah, in Seram area, and maybe producing will be longer than its prediction. And from petrographic analysis, we can see that porosity, yeah, from the carbonate of Jurassic Manusela is higher, yeah, maybe 10 to 12%, but fracture develop over there can increase deliverability of the oil in subsurface. And in the right side, it is petrography from Bula 3, that porosity is between 20 and 30%. Next, please. So in the upper part left, we can see that there is chronostratigraphy of the Seram. So in Osil, the target is the thick bed of the carbonate of Manusela, and in the Bula is from the molassic deposit of Fuva formation. So it is a different petroleum system, and I think in the Manusela it must be evaluated deeply, because there is very thick and there is possibility that their genetic trap develop within this formation. And in the right side, this is a play model of the hydrocarbon, yeah, in the Seram, and in the right side is composite common resegment that in the upper part there from Pliocene play, yellow is potential and green color is proven, yeah, of Bula. And for Pleiura, okay. And for Ura, yeah, we can see it is proven in the Osil and in Lofin. So as remarks of the Seram, that Seram still leave hydrocarbon potential in the eastern offshore area, and petroleum system element and charging are completed in this area, and in-depth evaluation of the genetic trap in very thick Jurassic Cretaceous carbonate must be evaluated deeply. Next, please. I think this is the last as closing remarks. Number of open area in Indonesia still leave huge oil and gas potential in addition of their discussed area. There are other potential area including Andaman Sea, Makassar Strait, North Offshore Bali, Arafura, Warim, etc. In-depth evaluation using high quality GNG data, especially broadband and 3D seismic, a new geoscientific approach is required to increase the success ratio of exploration activity in the remaining open area. In addition to the open area potential, new play are also worth pursuing. Thank you very much for your attention.